You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole. And Ellendale, thank you so much for your Patreon membership request and for bringing back Eurovision down the rabbit hole. This is Portugal's finalist for the 2024 Eurovision, and the artist is Iolanda, with the song today being Grito.
Thank you so much, Ellendale. I can't wait to get into Portugal's finalist.
Ellendale, thank you so much for this request and for another write-up so we understand what's coming down the rabbit hole and to understand the spirit behind Portugal's Eurovision 2024 pick. Here it is. Dear Kyle and Alanna, when it comes to Eurovision, I often prefer the more serious entries, even though the funny songs also gain a lot of popularity. Yeah. But you know my contemplative personality a bit by now. Yes, we do. So you might be able to imagine why I'm also in love with the art of Iolanda, Portugal's representative at Eurovision 2024. She won the Portuguese National Final Festival de Cancao just a few days ago.
Oh, cool.
And it was actually the last national final before Eurovision. So the selections are over. In Grito, Iolanda is dealing with mental health and her inner struggles. Hence, it's quite obvious why the translation of the song title is Scream. Okay, yes. And we read the lyrics. Thank you for giving us the lyrics. The song constantly evolves until the high note in the end, which is meant to symbolize the affirmation scream, and the dancers on stage are meant to be the inner demons. Oh, yes. This is building up so good already. Just follow their movements. The story is being told through them. Talking about mental health, Grito doesn't come up with negative lyrics at all, but rather talks about how Iolanda found the courage and strength to keep going when the whole world seemed to stand against her. The most important part of her message is that we all have a flame burning within us, even when we are broken. And we should always hold on to this fire. I'd say this song can be a lifesaver for many suffering souls who don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Sorry if you are there, y'all. Hopefully this helps. Musically, Grito is a perfect representation of Portugal. It is a modern and current, but at the same time includes deeply traditional elements to reflect the soul of the nation. That's what Portuguese Eurovision entries always keep doing. Of course, the staging and whole performance will be elevated for the big stage at Malmo. And people who love Iolanda shall vote for her in the semifinal one on May 7th. In my view, Grito is a stunningly artistic approach to Eurovision.
Awesome. That was such a stunning write-up. Thank you for all of that, Ellendale. I can't wait to get into this piece that's just going to be absolutely heart-wrenching.
Yeah, fair enough.
Play with those heartstrings. Ellendale, thank you so much for that write-up and for sending us the lyrics of Grito by Iolanda. The reason I'm so thankful for those lyrics and kind of what you said in the write-up is because when I read through them, I was like, oh, okay, like this is a very
more uplifting than we
more
thought.
Uplifting, kind of I was really honestly just from the English translation alone was thinking this was going to be a lot poppy, just really happy, maybe a little bit playful.
Not as introspective.
And not as introspective. But then you mentioned that this is a very introspective song that is dealing with internal demons, but the lyrics themselves are always written in a positive note to kind of have that juxtaposition with the darkness of the theme.
To give you hope.
To give you that hope. Exactly. I think that is absolutely beautiful because the lyrics alone was definitely very uplifting and playful within the English translation, but then your description really brings in the more introspectiveness of this. So thank you so much for that. If you guys are as excited as we are to have Iolanda coming down the rabbit hole for Eurovision, I can't beg you enough to head over to Yolanda's channel, give them a like, give them a comment, let them know how much you love them, and subscribe to them so that you can follow along on their journey through Eurovision as we go through with this. And don't forget to vote for them on May 7th for the first round of voting.
Yeah, if you like them, because there's many that I don't know how many you can vote for if you can only vote one at a time. I also found at Ellendale that there's an odds list for who's going to potentially win and all that. So I bet there's betting and all that with Eurovision. I just really didn't know how big Eurovision really was, Me
either.
This has been such an incredible journey. We've seen so many countries, amazing entries that encapsulate the whole soul and spirit of a nation. And I think that's really cool because, again, this is 3 minutes or less usually. So I can't wait to see how they perform this official music video. You ready?
I'm ready.
Scream! Grito.
Ouvi, senti o corpo a carregar. Seguimos assim, e outro, e outro, e outro. Só quero ali aviso quando lá chegar. Entregue-me aqui, pouco a pouco.
I love this white.
Passos largos presa na partida. Quero largar o que me deixou ferida. Peço à estrela mãe que faça o dia nascer
Those
de
nails too.
novo. Transformei cada verso e entrega a coragem que ainda arde. Bate a luz no peito e abre, só chama que ainda arde. Hoje eu quero provar a mim mesmo. Eu posso ser o que eu quiser.
Oh, yeah.
Juntar quem me quer bem numa mesa. Perdoar quem me quis ver sofrer. A mim não me engano. Eu sou todo tamanho. Ainda lembro quando era pequeno. Eu sonhava primeiro. Passos largos presa na partida. Hoje eu largo aquilo que me deixou ferida.
This isn't so stunning.
Faço o dia nascer de novo. Transformei cada verso de mim e entrega a coragem que ainda
I'm so happy this is the performance.
bate a luz no peito e abre, só chama que ainda arde. Só chama que ainda
Okay, this is just incredible, honey. Should we just finish it before we go in since it's so close?
Yes.
Okay.
só chama que ainda arde. Só chama que ainda arde.
And they're gone! Oh! Yes, I love that it just squared up again.
Bate a luz no peito e abre, só chama que ainda arde.
Wow.
Man.
Oh, that's so powerful, honey. Wow. Ellendale, you got us again. What a great pick. That scream at the end and how it started in the box and it ended in that box and that feeling that you have, and then what's happening when these inner demons are pulling you from every side. Sometime there was one demon here and there was 4 over here, but it's always that struggle and that push and pull that you go through, and sometimes you just need to scream to let it all end.
Absolutely.
And we've all been there, and it really hits deep.
It really does. This was such a beautiful piece because it started so quiet, like you said. It was very soft at the very beginning, but it ended so powerfully with that final note, that final scream, how she belted out like that. She didn't move a whole lot, I noticed, while she was there.
They did it for her.
The times that they did do it for her, but the times that she did move, she moved in sequence with one of the demons, like taking that control.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that was really cool to watch.
The only way she did move is when she picked one.
And she picked one of the demons and like kind of that courage and that embodiment for that second, because she did this move where she went in.
Okay.
And then came back, and the guy behind her did the exact same thing.
Wow.
So that was a really cool thing to notice. And then, like,
And that's meant to be, I'm sure, because
it's
everything's meant to be with a
absolutely.
performance like this. And this official music video, we weren't sure if it was going to be live or if it was going to be an actual
Like an
music video
actual music
itself. But in a
video.
way that was, because it had its different camera angles and the bouncing between, and the, like, it
Yes.
really was really well done. And I'm so glad that you gave us the lyrics to kind
Mm-hmm.
of, like you said, it was all powerful. So if we didn't know the lyrics, we wouldn't have known that was in like not like positive instead of negative lyrics
Absolutely.
tone, because of how it even felt from listening.
The musical tone of it was so much more negative, like a dark pop, not this
Yeah,
uplifting style that the
exactly.
lyrics followed. I absolutely loved the way this sounded. I really love the songs from Eurovision because they a lot more poppy and kind of, but alternative within the poppiness, at least the ones we've been listening to. And
Yeah,
they have really been embodying a lot of really tough topics. Like this one's a whole mental health struggle and
and a
having
personal
to, in
one
a
too.
personal one,
Yeah,
very personal, and having to overcome those demons, having to overcome those, like, and even being having in those moments to allow yourself to embody that moment to get through a tough period
yeah,
before moving on and overcoming it to get to that next place, and then having to scream and push it all away. And the amount of times when they would get closer and she would hit them back
yeah.
with that bass coming in
Yes, yes,
every
yeah.
time. It's just so contemporary and the way that it was moving, so phenomenally stunning.
It was such a personal, yet it still puts in Portugal's spirit into it
Hmm.
too, for what Portugal has gone through in its history. And
Absolutely.
I think it's just such a good way to think of life, because you have to address things, but if you can say it in a correct way, that maybe helps you have that ability to scream correctly, and maybe they're not going to
Hmm.
come back if you scream correctly. So I
Absolutely.
hope they don't come back. And I thought that was just so cool, because I thought it was going to stay in that square the whole time. And I almost didn't even realize it had shot out once they came in, the demons. So
Yes.
that was just very incredible. Ellendale, thank you so much. Also for letting us know that you've been giving us some of the more
Serious.
serious ones, and that there are some like really poppy, kind of more goofier, fun ones too. So it's nice to know that Eurovision still has a bunch of other things in it too.
Yes. And how diverse it
And
really
I
is
just, yeah,
in a musical industry. Because Eurovision, we don't really know much about Eurovision out here in Canada because everything in Canada and the US is just Canada and the US, really. So this has been such an amazing trip to go down and see how these music festivals are done in other places.
yeah. So thank you so much, Ellendale, Eurovision lovers, and for the Portuguese finalists here, Yolanda, and this was Grito Scream. What an incredible
Wow.
performance! If you guys liked it, please let us know in the comments below. Please go to Yolanda's channel as well and go subscribe there as well. Sorry, I'm a little tired, y'all, but we are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks.
Thank you so much, Allendale, for bringing Yolanda down the rabbit hole. This was absolutely phenomenal. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless you.
Take care and bye for now.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
Special thanks to all of our YouTube, Patreon, and Buy Me a Coffee members. Thank you for all of your support.
Thank you so much for making it all the way to the very end of the video. And if you have not yet done this, here's an easy way to subscribe to our channel. And if you want to subscribe to the artist that you just heard, here's an easy way to do that as well.
And if you are also interested in finding a video that you might like, just click here. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care. Bye for now.